there's nobody, no one that run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely. Living lovely. She's lovely. I wanna be with you. 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 Me just love me. If I didn't ride blade on her, would you still?
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining on this beautiful Friday, especially here in Los Angeles, California, Long Beach, Hawthorne Valley, wherever you are. It is beautiful today. I thank y'all for joining me here with the Mykell Mathieu Show. It is Friday, so you know it is going to be a good one today. Remember to stay tapped in so I can give you my playlist for the week, the songs that I am listening to, that I am enjoying on this week, guys. So thank you for being here. Of course, you are here with me on my journey as we take steps into gaining my star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, baby. A lot to talk about. Kendrick Lamar taking over Canada. Give you my Game 4 predictions. The Angels, I got to give them a shout out and so much more. So thank you for being here. It's a good time. I got to go live on IG. What am I doing? IG is looking for me, but thank you for everybody that's tapping in. No matter where you're tapping in from, I truly appreciate you. It is going down. It is nothing but good times and good vibes. So I got you here covered. So let's start. Game 4 of the NBA Finals is today. The Pacers lead the series 2-1. And if you checked out my show yesterday, I talked all about what we saw in Game 3. So if you want to know my opinions on that, go and check out yesterday's episode, which was titled Graduation Season, because once again, it's a lot of graduations going on from middle school, high school, even elementary. So shout out to all the grads for everything that they are doing. Much love to you on your journeys. But yeah, Game 4 today. The Pacers look to possibly take a 3-1 lead. Who saw this coming? I've been called OKC in 6 since the beginning. I still think that we get that way. I think OKC finds a way. They're in a tough spot tonight, but I think they find a way to pick up a victory tonight, helping this series move forward with them at an even state. Because if they lose this game tonight, it might be a wrap for them in 6, but I don't believe so. I think they're ready. But I got to give some love and respect thrown out to Coach Rick Carlisle, man. I think he is one of the best coaches in the NBA today, one of the greatest in the history of it. And he was a part of that team, once again, that helped the Dallas Mavericks defeat the Big Three Heatles in their first year together. Now he's looking to pull off another upset. The guy just knows what he's doing. He knows how to get the best out of his team. You know you're a great coach when your team reminds you of the coach, right? When I was coaching high school basketball there at Luzinger, and I will have coaches come up to me and say, yo, your players play as hard as you coach. And that's like big. That's a big shout out, big love. And it's the same for Rick Carlisle. They play hard. They're always hard-nosed teams. Offensively, they move the ball. They're well balanced. And it's crazy that Luka couldn't figure out with Coach Carlisle, but that's a whole nother thing. And I'm going to talk about Luka really soon. But just to see what Rick Carlisle is doing with this team, he's getting the very best out of them. 2 straight long playoff runs. He's a guy that has been slept on. He did great things many, many years ago with the Pistons, and he's back at it. If he could somehow add another championship this way with another big-time upset, man, it is going to do nothing but shoot his name up list when it comes to all-time coaches in the history of this beautiful game. So shout out to Rick Carlisle. He's doing a hell of a job. Let's see how OKC can match up to what he's doing, like trying to adjust to what he's throwing at them. They made it tough defensively last game on SGA. I expect them to pull a lot of the same things today, but I do also expect for somebody to step up for OKC. And the guy that I'm looking at is 2 guys, actually. It's Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. They are a part of a big 3 with SGA. Like I've been saying all playoffs long, This isn't just SGA playing crazy, averaging 40, doing everything. Like, he is just a part of it. He has more guys on his team that helps him, and you're seeing that with SGA. You're seeing that. With Jalen Williams and with Chet, and he needs them to be peak. If you think about a big three, Bron, Wade, and Bosh, you have Jalen Williams, who was playing that D-Wade role, and you have Chet, who was playing more of a Chris Bosh role, but he needs those guys to step up if they want to win. And guess what? I expect for them to step up tonight. I expect for SGA to be great. Like I said in yesterday's episode, I expect a big 35-point game from him, but I expect big numbers from Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren, who neither of them have really dominated in this series or played crazy, but I expect them to show up tonight because their team is going to need it if they are going to win, and that's why I'm picking them, because it's expected of them. But for the Pacers to win, it's going to be Tyrese Halliburton with another 2010 game. It's going to be Pascal Siakam playing his best game of this series. And then one of the players from the bench stepping up once again. They scored like 45 plus last game. They're going to need it tonight for them to go up 3-1. But I'm rolling with OKC. I believe that they hey, we cannot go down 3-1. That's going to crush our spirits. It's going to put us in a bad spot. And I believe that they find a way to win this game. And I know I called this series in 6, and I want to stick with that. But, man, I think we're going to get a classic series. I think this is going 7. I think it's going to be one of the better finals in the history once we talk about it down the line, because both teams match up well. Both crowds are great, and it's two teams with star players who are trying to take that jump to really say, hey, I am one of them guys. You need to know me and respect me because I'm about to add this ring. But it's going to be a great one tonight. I think OKC pulls it out. If I had to call a score, I would say 112-105. OKC wins on the road to take it back to OKC, Oklahoma City, with a tie series at 2 games apiece. Remember, you guys can also join in, chat, add something to the show, comment by going over to the Misfits Live and, shooting a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me who you believe is going to win. Same for you, to my TikTok viewers. You can comment, say whatever you want. Facebook, LinkedIn, X, wherever you're tapping in from, Instagram Live. Let me know what's your thoughts. Who do you have winning in Game 4 of this beautiful series? Because it's going to go down and it's going to be great, man. So I'm excited for it. To push forward when it comes to basketball, I mentioned Luka because the great Magic Johnson, who I was able to tap in with a couple weeks ago. Hopefully more coming from that very soon. But I was able to tap with Magic. And he was on First Take yesterday. He was talking about Luka and him being a Laker. And everyone should know, if you're a superstar player and you come to the Lakers, you should know that the expectation is smacked on you tenfold because we are the Lakers. We have the most championships since the modern basketball, which I call modern basketball, 1979, where there's a three-point line. We have the most championships since then. We are second by back behind the Celtics by 1 championship. So whenever you play as a star player with the Lakers, it's a reason why we give LeBron James hell, because our expectation is not just being relevant. When we have a superstar name and possibly 2 of them, we expect championships when you're a Laker fan. So that pressure for Luka, Dallas was one thing. Playing with the Lakers is much different. We got you in your prime. We expect you to be in shape. We expect you to be at your best, and we expect a championship coming soon. So it's a lot of pressure, but it is the greatness of being a Laker, because if you can make it happen and you can win 1 or 2 championships with the Lakers, you become praised in this city like no other, especially if you're on the side of truly embracing the city. And he already did one great thing. He was able to help the people repair the mural for Kobe and Gigi. So that's one mark that's pretty good. Now it's winning basketball, doing great things on the court. That's what's going to make him stand out even more So, we got to see what what happens, you know what I'm saying? Because he is a great player and LA expects greatness. So shout out to Magic going on TV, first take, letting that be known like, hey, we don't play around here. We expect championships. And you are our best player. We need you to step up. We need you to ball out. And we have no excuses over here. So be fit, get your butt ready to lead, and let's go get a ring for the Los Angeles Lakers as soon as possible. To keep it NBA or keep it hoop, actually, the WNBA, the big news today, CC is returning. Caitlin Clark will be playing this weekend in the big matchup against the defending champion, New York Liberty. Y'all seen the crazy numbers out there. They said that the viewership dropped 50% because Caitlin Clark wasn't playing, which is crazy because that's just one team. Where y'all at, man? The ladies need more of you to tap in and show love to what they got going with their hoop game. But Caitlin Clark is back, so if you're looking to watch her, she's going to be playing against Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, and Jonquel Jones in a matchup between two teams I think that has a chance to be there at the end. So it's going to be a fun one to watch. After you watch the final today, tap in tomorrow. Caitlin Clark in the Fever versus the New York Liberty. Gonna be great. So welcome back, CC. She's been going for a couple weeks now. So to have your best player back in the league is always good, no matter what sport it is. So she is back. So that's what I got for you for the WNBA. Shout out to Sparks. They play tomorrow. Can they make it 2 straight? They got a 10 a.m. game. That's tough. But they're coming off an impressive win over the Aces. So I'm hoping that they can continue to do their thing. I like to critique people. Like if you follow me on X, you follow me on Instagram, if you can see my comments, the things that I'm debating with people about. I like to debate, especially when it's people that got a big platform, especially a bigger platform than me. I like to call out when it's nonsense. And sometimes my guy Gilbert Arena, shout out my guy Josiah Johnson over there hosting, doing this thing with Gil's Arenas. But sometimes Gil be saying some wild stuff. And I'll be like, yo, this is crazy. And sometimes I get a little back and forth with whoever's controlling their X account. But he actually said something that I really rock with lately, and it's real. And he's saying, hey, when it comes to basketball, for all you young folks out there that hoop and trying to take your game to another level, when it comes to the game of basketball, you have to remember to attack fundamentals first. Don't fall for paying these trainers out there all your money and they having you doing all these moves, which are nice to have. But before you can do all of those moves in the game, you have to have fundamentals, knowing how to use the glass, knowing how to use a floater shot, using your left hand or your off hand, whether it's right or left, throwing a bounce pass, knowing how to chest pass when you drive, and learning shooters how they like to catch the ball. Fundamentals of basketball help you in so many ways to where once you're able to do that, the other stuff, the tougher stuff that you do with your trainer becomes much easier to do. So I'm hoping that for those young hoopers out there, don't skip a step. Shooting the mid-range is key. Shooting a three, you got to be able to do that. But being able to use the glass and ball handling, like the simplest stuff of basketball, is needed for you to be great in the league. Shea is amazing. He isn't doing all of these different dribble moves and crazy stuff like some of the other guys because you don't have to in basketball. MJ, who I feel was the greatest player of all time, made the game so easy because he just got to his spots, and with his athleticism and his great fundamental skills, it made him unstoppable. And that's how you become great in the game of basketball. Fundamentals have to be had before all of the step back, side steps, the double cross, the behind the back moves. All of that's going to come. But get those fundamentals first, basketball babies out there, because you need it if you want to be great. You need it to be successful, man. So, hey, that's my word of wisdom for you young hoopers out there. Fundamentals first. Tim Duncan, we call him the big fundamental. He was great because of fundamentals. A lot of these guys, as great as Kobe was as an athlete, as just a hooper, he was great because his fundamentals was right. Footwork, post game, doing all of these things, making the game easier for yourself. That is key to being successful in basketball. And that's how you get there. That's the difference between seeing super athletic guys who make it to the league and fizzle out and seeing a guy who you're like, man, he's not even close to near the athlete as this guy, but he's more fundamentally skilled, and that takes you to the next level in basketball. So I'm giving y'all some gems out here for you that tap into the show, didn't know that I coached, hoop for like 4 years at Lusinger High School. I'm giving you some game, man. So that's it with basketball. Game 4 tonight, gonna be lit. So I can't wait to tune into that. We in for a classic, y'all. So I hope you guys are ready. When it comes to the game of hockey, hey, I know a lot of my followers haven't really heard me talk about hockey. To be honest, I don't really watch it as much, but I've been wanting to tap into the Oilers and the Florida Panthers game because two teams matching up back again in the finals. So it's like, hey, could this be a new rivalry? And you know me, rivalry in sports sells a sport no matter what it is, and it's key to growing a game. And this rivalry looks really dope. And I tapped in last night. Let me see what's going on, and it was an amazing game. The Panthers were up 3-0 early. Edmonton got back into it. They took a late lead where I was like, oh, they about to take this game. And then, bam, the Panthers scored with under 20 seconds left in the third period. But in overtime, Edmonton finds a way to get a goal to steal that game, to tie that series up. So, hey, y'all got me. Y'all going to have me tapped in. I have to watch the rest of this Stanley Cup finals because it is some great hockey being played. So physical, so much speed, up and down on ice skate. I'm a all right ice skater, but them dudes out there playing is lights out. So I just have to show love. Kudos to a great game. I think that series is going to go 7. So Edmonton Oilers, the Florida Panthers, I'm going to be tapped in and locked in the rest of the way. I got to give a shout out to take you to the baseball diamond. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, they are starting to do some good things. If you don't know, I know I'm in LA. I might rock a Dodger hat here or there because I rep the city, but I am a Halo to the death of me, baby. Angels are putting themselves together. Like they're getting themselves in a position to try to fight. They're like 2.5, 3 games back from a wild card spot, like 4 games back from first place in the AL West, but they are doing some really good things. I got to shout out Joe Adele. He is not only hitting bombs, which we're used to him doing, he's actually hitting the average, actually getting himself on base and turning into not just a power hitter, but a solid all-around hitter. And if he's able to do that, and Mike Trout can start to get it together, and just the guys in that lineup can start to play better, look out for the Angels, man. They might really have a chance to make a little run. I hope I don't jinx them, because earlier in the year, they went on a little 8-game winning streak. I was excited, and I brought them up, and they kind of fell back a little bit, but they're balling once again, doing some good things. And they actually got a call up, man. They called up their number 8 overall pick from last year's draft, Christian Moore, who helped the University of Tennessee Volunteers win a college baseball World Series last year. The shortstop is going to get a chance. He's 22 years old. He just shot up the farm system, and I'm happy and excited to see him, because whenever it's a young baseballer, you got to be so nice. Like, baseball might be one of the toughest sports to make, because I know guys drafted out of high school who never got past AA, So for you to go up as a 22-year-old and you can make it to the majors, that is a player that you have to look out for. So I'm hoping that he can come up there, play well, and ball out, because the Angels are putting something together. The Brooklyn, New York native hit 34 home runs in 72 games last year for the Volunteers. So I'm hoping he is another piece that can go with the Angels. And he's a black player. So I got love for the black players, man. Check out my work with MLBBro.com, where we cover the black players of the league. So if he could come in and ball out with Joe Adele, they got the kid Kyron Paris there too. They should start getting some attention over there, because they got the bros out there on the field doing some big things. So shout out to Mr. Moore, and hopefully he can come in there and ball, man, because I want to see the Angels be successful, and I would love to see some black star players with the Angels ball out because it's needed in the game of baseball. Nothing really with the NFL other than, OTAs are still going on, getting closer to the mandatory mini camps. Football is coming up fast, and I am excited for it. As we all know, that the Diddy case is going on. Just to take away from sports, once again, this is the Mykell Mathieu Show. If you just tapping in, I am Mykell Mathieu, here to bring you everything from the world of sports, entertainment, culture, and so much more. For all those tapping in from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube under the Misfits Live, my X account, Instagram Live, and TikToky. I thank you guys for tapping in. But we're going away from sports. We're moving it over to a little bit of entertainment news, a little culture. And then I just want to give my a quote, my opinion, and talk about this. We know with the Diddy case, my boy Yeezy showed up. He was there to support his guy. Ye is in the building for that. But we all know it's easy to go find it. I've been following a lot on the Shade Room of what's going on with this case. But it's one thing that I never got and understood as a man, that how guys can share their girlfriend. And hell, how the hell do guys share their girlfriend while being in the room? It is something that has never made sense to me. Maybe because I'm a selfish guy, I'm a selfish lover. When I'm rocking with you, you are mine, and we gonna figure it out from there. But the fact that people are really out there and okay with sharing their partner and even sitting down and watch their partner being shared with somebody else is weirdo behavior to me. I don't know how that becomes a thing. Excuse me. I don't know what makes that become a thing for people, but it doesn't make any sense. That is your partner that you worked hard to gain, and to, have them rock with you and believe in you and feel that you are a special person to them. For you to share them with somebody else in an intimate way just never made sense to me. And I know for some people out there who with that, they're going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. But sharing your partner is nonsense. And for you youth out there, please learn a lesson. Only craziness can come from that. Learn how to lock in with yours and be tapped in, because I will never get it. I know people do that. I'm out here in LA. I know Hollywood do a lot of weird things, but I will never be able to rock with that. It is crazy to me. But that's what a lot of this case is about. Diddy sharing his partner and having multiple people that he's sharing them with, and it's leading to a lot of craziness. So if you get you a partner, Kendrick said it best. Hey, you might just want to get you one partner. It's getting crazy out here, and he's damn right. It's getting crazy out here. Find you one, lock in, chill out, man. I think it makes the most sense. But speaking of Kendrick Lamar, that man has taken over Canada. Day 2 is tonight. The man did his thing. He had them Toronto fans saying one more time, screaming for Not Like Us. You talking about a victory lap. The man is having the most legendary victory lap. To be in Toronto, selling out that stadium that not even Drake has done, and to do it twice and to have the crowd reacting that way. You got the Drake lovers and stuff out there going crazy. They went to New Ho King and turned that up, ordering, the fried rice with the blammy. He just continues to do legendary things. That's why I was really looking forward to his dates in Toronto, just to see how the fans reacted there. And clearly they love Kendrick too. And this don't mean that they're like, we don't like Drake. This just means that they rock with Kendrick and they understand what he means to hip hop, and they understand the type of run that he's on now. Just like I just debated with somebody on X. I said, just because Toronto is supporting Kendrick Lamar doesn't mean they don't support Drake. They're going to forever rock with Drake because he is the hometown kid. When you think of Toronto, you think of Drake first, and it's always going to be that way. Just like here in LA, if Drake come out here and do a show, Drake is going to be safe. Drake is going to sell out. He's going to have people show up because it's still people here in LA that rocks with Drake. There's never going to be that type of hate where people don't want you coming to the city. That the battle ain't that serious. It ain't get that far. he's good to go. And I see people out there trying to be funny, clowning Kendrick for having safety and being safe. Of course, you want to be safe. There's always idiot crash outs out there that want to make a name that might do something dumb. So, yes, Kendrick is smart. Do my show, be well protected, go to New York where he has property at, where he can chill at, don't got to pay for no rooms or none of that. Then come back and blaze the city again. And that's what he did last night with another great performance. Performing Not Like Us in Toronto is so legendary because some of that song is about them. And maybe they don't know it, but some of that record is saying, hey, they are not like us. And it's like some of these clowns out here that, just do clown things. You are not like us. It's funny because Academics covers this and, talks his talk. But Kendrick is kind of talking about you too on that song, sir. But it's just a whole funny situation. But Kendrick continues to kill it. I can't wait to see highlights from night number 2. There wasn't any special guests, but it just looked really dope there in Toronto. Whether the tickets were cheap or not, I'm like, hey, people still bought the tickets. People showed up. They sold out the stadium, and Kendrick is giving them a hell of a performance. So night 2 and the Kendrick takeover of Canada is tonight there in Toronto, and I expect him to do nothing but legendary things. So kudos to you, Kendrick. That's why I named the title of this episode, Kendrick Takes Over Canada, because he's doing exactly that this weekend, repping for LA, for Compton to be exact, man. So shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Let me give you my 5 songs. It is Friday, and of course, every Friday here with the Mykell Mathieu Show, you are going to get the 5 songs that I'm really tapped into on this week. And I got to start with Encore. I'm going to start with the oldies first. Go and download it. Type it in your phone right now. Encore by Cheryl Lynn is my oldies track that I have really been rocking with this week. It is an amazing song. You're going to hear a sample that you heard from that record, but it is one of those old school slaps and a song that, is one of them ones for me right now, and you need to go and download it. If you like oldies, it's a great song to add to your list. It is a dope record. I got to keep it LA. Go Best Friend, Bino and Blast. Whenever these two link up, it is always legendary. So they back with another hit, a cool little West Coast track called Go Best Friend. So Bino, Blast, they doing it again. Shout out to them. Another brand new record called Documents. Slick Rick and Nas, the great Slick Rick, the ruler. He's back with another dope song. Him and Nas doing their thing. If you like New York rap and that rapidy rap stuff like I do, make sure y'all tap in Slick Rick and Nas. Too Much, E40 with another slapper. Like, this dude is crazy. We talk about LeBron and his longevity in basketball. E40 and his longevity and always finding ways to come out with slaps and reinvent himself. That man is legendary. But he has a new track called Too Much with E40 and Jason Martin. I've been playing that record a lot. It's really, really dope. And then Ramen by RJ, Mr. LA, Joe Moses, and Nice is another track. Like I told you guys before, I'm really in my West Coast vibe lately. So Ramen, Too Much are 2 records I'm tapped into. Go Best Friend. If I had to give you a Kendrick track, Dodger Blue, like great anthem. He's playing it there in Toronto. They showing love to it. Dodger Blue is a great song for the city. I like to get my 2-step off. You know what I'm saying? I like to do a little 2-step, do a little line dances. Dodger Blue is a great song to do a line dance too. So shout out to that record. And the final one for me, it's not going to be a song. It's going to be an artist. I saw a post and it was I believe it's Lareezy from New Orleans, and he got a shout out from Kendrick, and he's a guy to look forward to. So I decided to tap in to his latest project, Welcome to Louisiana Volume 1. And the dude is nice. Like, if you are a hip-hop head, a hip-hop fan, go and listen to him. A young kid on a come up from NOLA. But let's see. You know, I'm hoping that he gets the support because he doesn't sound too New Orleans with his lingo and things like that. But he's just straight hip hop, and I love to hear it, especially coming from that region. So I'm hoping they embrace him, because in the South, it's like usually if you don't sound like that city, they don't really embrace you as much. And how it's been working, if you don't sound like Atlanta, they don't really embrace you. To this day, I'm going to say that Big Crit is one of the most slept on artists of all time. But because he was from Mississippi, he didn't get that stamp of approval from Atlanta, so he didn't get the love. So I hope that New Orleans embraces Lil Reezy and show him some love, because like Lil Snoop, rest in peace, he's one of the next one. And Lil Snoop sounded a little more New Orleans over there. So hopefully they give Lil Reezy the love. But once again, Cheryl Lynn, Encore, download that. Odie's Classic. It's a slap. Too Much by E40 featuring Jason Martin. Dope record. Ramen with RJ, Mr. LA featuring Joe Moses. Then I got Go Best Friend with my guy Bino and Blast. And then for the East Coast heads out there, Document, Slick Rick, and Nas. And then, of course, Dodger Blue by Kendrick. So that's what I got for you on the music tick. Let me know. Hit me up. X, IG, TikTok, Facebook. If you got some music that I should be tapping into, maybe it's your music I should be listening to, send that to me. I want to tap in. I'm a huge music fan, most genres. So let's make it happen. But before I go, it is Father's Day weekend. So make sure y'all show love out there to the fathers out there that's doing their job. And you know, whether yours is here or passed away, show that love that is needed, because you know, as much we give a lot of love to the mothers, which is well deserved. They deserve every drop of love that we can get. But fathers are just as important. And if you have your father in your life, hug them, show them love, tell them you love them, do some great things for them, because you know, parents don't last forever. And we have to embrace them and love on them as long as we can. I lost my pops 3 years ago, big part of my life. A lot of my identity today is because of Harold James Mathieu Jr. And without him, you know, I wouldn't be the guy that I am today. So, you know, miss him every day. My guy forever. Everything I do is to make sure that he is proud of all of my work, man. So make sure y'all love on your pops, love on your uncles. If your cousins got kids, your brother got kids, show them some love, because pops are important and they aren't here forever. So I thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the Mykell Mathieu Show. I will be back Monday with more fire for you. Where will the series be for OKC and the Pacers? We're going to see. Caitlin Clark is returning. Can't wait to see if she put up big numbers. See if the Sparks can keep it rolling. See if the Angels can keep it rolling. And what more will we hear from Kendrick tonight as he invades and takes over Canada and Toronto once again? So it's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. I can't wait to be back with you Monday for my show. But don't forget, Sunday, Tha Misfits live with me and my guy E Lamb. Tap in. This show is going to be at 8:30 every Sunday. We talk about a lot of things. Two different guys, two different personalities, but we share this area. Him being from Watts and me being a South Central baby. We're gonna give you sports and entertainment and culture our way. And the Misfits, our slogan is don't fit in. Find ways to stand out. And that's exactly what you need to do to be great. Be authentically you. That's what's going to take you to the next level, because, you know, that's what you got to be, man. It's all about being yourself. It's all about being great. So when it comes to this show, I see you guys on Monday. If you tapping into the Misfits live on Sunday, I will see you then. Hey, I got to say peace. Hey, enjoy your Father's Day weekend. Juneteenth is coming up. Celebrations are already starting this weekend. You know I'm going to be outside for those. So if you're looking for me, check the IG. Follow me on X, TikTok, Facebook. I am everywhere. So make sure you tap in and show love. Mykell Mathieu is out, baby. Peace. Y'all have a good one out there. Enjoy your weekend.
Don't care what you still. If I'm in my mind and work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing.